What's up out there? Is this a good league or a bad league? I've seen some stats that apparently this league has had a huge drop off. It's like one of the lowest retained player, or has one of the lowest retained player counts that's been out there. And I just wanted to weigh in on it. I actually think it's been a fantastic league. I've really enjoyed this. I think this is one of the best SSF leagues that I've ever had. And I wanted to dive into it a little bit and talk about it. I've seen a few Reddit posts. I haven't really read a whole bunch. I just saw that the numbers were in, the player count was low. I've seen some videos popping up. And before I go watch all that, I wanted to just get my thoughts out here for a quick second. So I'm going to show off a build here that it's just something that's I've noticed and want to have a conversation about this. And it kind of fits in with this whole player retention thing and everything like that. Now, I know that this league is not necessarily going to be the most popular league, but let me give you a little bit of a story here, something that I've noticed. So when I started the league, I noticed that people were like, I think I started, I don't know, a few hours into the league, or I don't remember if I started with the league or if I had to wait until I got done with work. I don't remember how it all worked out. I don't remember if I took time off or not, but I know the first day there were people that were super far along, like they were mapping, they were opening up maps like just a few hours into the league. And where I'm going with that is like this build here. Now, I'm not picking on this person. I happened to find this build. The reason I was looking for it is because they have this Bone Shatter of Carnage. So I ran a Bone Shatter build this league, and I was wanting to get Bone Shatter of Complex Trauma. That ups my damage quite a bit, so I ran into the lab, but I didn't get that. I got Bone Shatter of Carnage again, which is what happened last league. I got Bone Shatter of Carnage to start it all off. So I said, okay. And I thought, you know what? I wonder what people are doing with that. I wonder if anybody's actually figured out how to make this a good build. So this thing's using Bone Shatter of Carnage. It's got 26 million damage, and I started looking at this build, and I'm like, that looks really cool. So long story short, I was sitting here, and I was like, I wonder how they got to where they are. Latest snapshot is in, week 5, week 6, whatever week we're on. So I said, I wonder how fast they got there. So I rolled back to week 5, and it's pretty much 26 million. So I said, all right, okay, let's go back further. Let's go back to week 2, 17 million. And they're still rocking this unique staff. They've still got a lot of the unique stuff on here. And I said, all right, what's happened to week 1? And they've still got pretty much a lot of things. 6 million damage. Like I'm doing a 1.2 million damage with the Bone Shatter that I've got. This person has this thing dialed up. And I said, okay, what about day 3? They're at day 3, they're doing the damage, more damage than I have with my Bone Shatter. And theirs is way up. And I'm like, Jesus, how far do I have to go back to see that they did not do very good? Basically, day 2, they were level 92. Day 3, they're level 94. Day 3 of this league, this person was level 94. It's taken me several days to get, I don't know, sometimes a couple of days. I don't have that much. I say I don't have that much playtime, yet I have, 1,000 hours in the game, over 1,000 hours, like 1,040 or something like that. I don't know what I'm at now, but I have a lot of hours in the game. And one thing I noticed, kind of trying to draw all this in, I'm not picking on this person by any means. I just happen to be looking at this and I'm like, Jesus, how far do I have to go back to see that they have crappy damage? And even on day 1, they were level 75. So you've got people who are already saying that this league is terrible and they've burned themselves out of it. That's what I think's happened. I don't think this is necessarily a great league for everybody. I get it. The coffin crafting and stuff is probably not everybody's cup of tea. I really haven't partaken on it very much. But I look at this, like I looked at day 1, people that were mapping in the first few hours of the season was barely warm, and they're mapping, I noticed there was people that were like day 2, people were killing Ubers and stuff or whatever. Like they were way into the end game. And I'm like, dude, I don't understand pushing through the league so fast, so rapidly that you've just burned out. You know, what do we start the league on Thursday or Friday? They're done with the league by Saturday or Sunday. You know, they're at the end, they're done with it. Here I am, 4 characters deep, 4 builds deep or whatever. I don't know. I think my currency, I'm an SSF enjoyer. I've had plenty of currency on here. I think this has been a great league for SSF. I have really enjoyed this league. I've finally started hitting my stride with certain things, that my knowledge base has grown enough that I've learned not to burn a lot of this currency off. Like, I don't have any unmakings, but I've got a stack of regrets and a stack of scourings. Normally, I'm burning off all my regrets and scourings and jeweler's orbs just to get enough unmakings to fix things. The fact that we have three Atlas trees this league is amazing. This has saved me so much currency. And I believe this is going core. I think in one of my other videos, I mentioned it and somebody said it's going core. I hope so. I really hope this is core, because this is phenomenal to be able to switch between all these different choices. You know, for a while, I was running all this stuff on the left side with Delirium and Essence Monsters and Beyond and stuff like that. I was running this one for a while. I ran my Caustic Arrow build on this one here with Expedition Heist and Delve. What I would do is go level up my Bone Shatter build in Delve, and then I would come over here to this one and run this with my Caustic Arrow so I could get up some stuff for Heist, and then build up my Delve along the way. And then when I did get into just straight up bossing, when I started working on my Bone Shatter, as I would go between, I mean, you could always I would run this with my Bone Shatter build, but we also have all these Allflames, and I don't even think I have any more. No, I don't even have any more. So I burned all those out. Those Allflames of Sulfite, those are fantastic. You get your Sulfite bar all the way down, you go run 1 or 2 of those things, and bam, you're full of Sulfite again, and you're back down in Delve leveling up. I've got a 95 Bone Shatter build this league. I think I'm doing pretty good. I found a new piece of armor I might try to switch in here. It's got flask gain a charge every 3 seconds. I think I'm going to try that with this build. It looks cool. It's got a ton of armor on it. It's a little better than this. I'm going to have to get some more a different implicit on here for the eater side. I don't have any of the eater currency, but like this build is basically where I was last league, and I like to do a variety of different things. I started off this league with my Exsanguinate build. It was definitely a lot slower. My Caustic Arrow build, getting that kind of up to speed in the first couple of weeks. Those 2 builds really held me back. Once I started diving into Bone Shatter, boom, I'm flying along. I've got, my progress so far is I got Phoenix is Maven Witnessed, Enslaver is, Alhesman and Drox are both all Maven Witnessed. And I'm kind of just running maps right now, trying to get, like, I was running 6 links on Cage, or I'm sorry, I was running these Divination Scarabs on the Cage map to get 6 link chest piece, and I got this, so this is basically going to replace that at some point, I think. I'm having a blast. As you run maps, like if you go select a map in here, if I go in here and I throw this in and I say activate on this, and I start pulling these Allflames out, there's these Sulfite ones on here, which I'm out of. There's the Tainted Currency ones. The Omen ones are kind of whatever. But like the Abyssal Jewels has been kind of cool. Where's the one that I'm looking for? Oh, these Timeless Splinters, all these Templar Splinters and stuff like that. I've been running a ton of those. So I've barely gotten started into the Monoliths. What is this stuff called? Oh, it's over here on my bossing one. The Legion. I've barely started into Legion. I respect a few things. I was into the Abyss stuff. I spec'd out of that, so I did spend a bunch of unmakings because I finally got my Stygian Vice, and then I started speccing over here into the Legion stuff, and I've got everything, but I need like 1 more point to go into this stuff. However, I've barely been running Legions, and I have a lot of fragments. Like, I'm about ready to roll over into these emblems for these other 3 over here. And all of that is from Allflames. I've not done any of this stuff hardly from the other. So I think I really like the Allflames. I love how you can adjust this, like you can adjust the monsters on here. You can adjust how the monsters with these Allflames and stuff. I really hope they keep this. I like this a lot. At first I didn't really care for it, But like, so if I want alterations, I could swap this up here and get 5% chance to get an alteration. Instead, I've got chances to get chromes. You can really make these maps super hard if you put all this crap on here. Like, I've filled all these up with Allflames and made them damn near impossible to finish. In fact, I've had to just tap out of some, but I love this lantern thing. I think this has been phenomenal. I saw somebody saying that there might be combinations of Allflames and some of this stuff that give you certain rewards. I don't know. I haven't really been following it. But like, I've just been having a blast playing. I've been going around killing stuff. I've been fighting some bosses. I've got the Eater and the Exarch down. I've got all my mapping done. And I'm just having a good time. I am trying to figure out where to go next, though. And this is kind of where I end up every league. So I don't know what to do next. Like, how do I build up my character? How do I go take this to the next level? Which I think it's going to be getting, awakened gems and stuff like that, which is a lot of bossing from what I gather. So that's kind of what I'm starting to work on now, is just getting up to this point. I hit level 95. I'm, doing as good as I always do, as good as I've ever done. It's not that much of a difference this league. I don't think for me personally, this league is no different than Trial of the Ancestors. I basically ignored the league mechanic there and just played. I just played. I had my plans that league and I followed them. And I've got my plans this league. So my plan this league was to work on an armor stacker, which, I got to show that off. I got the Aegis Aurora. I actually unlocked one of a Nameless Seer popped into one of my maps. And I got one of those Aegis Auroras. So I've got the shield component that I need for that. That's one of the uniques I needed for that. And I realistically speaking, I doubt that I'll ever get that armor stacker built this league. I mean, who knows? Maybe I will. I got to get a Dream Feather out of one or two Dream Feathers out of Heist, which I've been running Heist, but I haven't really got one yet. I haven't even seen one to pick. But it seems like they should be fairly frequent. But, I mean, just like I said, for me, this has been a fantastic league. I've got plenty of currency with the Atlas changes. Now, a lot of it is coming from the quality of life changes that we've got, the Atlas trees. So, I mean, that's not being lost on me. And I was sitting there thinking about this today as I was going around my day. I was like, is this really a good league or a bad league? And like I said, I don't really pay attention to the league itself. I'm enjoying, at first, I didn't really care for having the league forced on me, so I could see why people might not. I wish there was some way where, like, going through the map, where you could, like through the campaign or whatever, when you've got that portal into the next section, if you could just click on the portal and it skipped the whole lantern thing, like if you had to interact with the lantern to select it, and choose what was going to happen, I think that would have been much better. Because then you could skip it, you know what I mean? Like, with the way it is now, you can't skip the league mechanic, you just have to take it, and that's it. If you could just click the portal and skip through it, I think that'd been a lot better. Can I not go through there? Nope, can't go through there. But, once I started, and that was with my starter build that was kind of not great, like, it's not ended up real well. I'm not playing it right now, and I don't know, it is what it is. I really should be working on my Exsanguinate build. The problem with that build is I just don't know where to take it at the moment. But I had a plan. I was going to come in with two different builds. If the Exsanguinate and Caustic Arrow, if neither one of those was good at mapping, I was going to pull up my Bone Shatter build, which is exactly what I did. I've got a good Bone Shatter build to work from. I've been kind of tinkering with that, trying to see what I could do to min-max things and make it a little bit better. And after that, it's just kind of working on trying to get my armor stacker running and then just enjoying the league. I don't know. I haven't got a T17 map yet. I haven't even tried one. What kind of stuff is he getting up here? Oh. All right, bye-bye, buddy. Get him out of there, and then we're done. So, I don't know. For me, I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm a little bit bored, kind of, sort of. Like, I know this is not, this is kind of the time where I kind of get a little burned out on playing because I've been playing a lot. Like, I put a lot of time in. You know, when I first started this guy up, I spent a lot of time that weekend getting him leveled up into the mapping section, and then I kind of had to take a break for that week. I was like a week or so ago, and now I've kind of been playing a lot, been kind of bouncing around. The cool thing is I can bounce over to Caustic Arrow, work on Heist for a little bit, go into here. I was leveling him. I got kind of sick of that. I went in and did some bossing, so getting some of this stuff done has been great. You know, there's so much variety, and as an SSF player, this is great because I have all league long to do whatever I want, and I just play, and that's how it is. So for me, taking my time, just doing what I please, not necessarily slamming through it in the first day and being, you know, through to mapping and everything like that, playing SSF, I think it really slows the game down, and whether there's a league mechanic or not, I don't care. My build's pretty decent. It seems to last. I've got the Eater and the Exarch down, which is what I typically always do. I started getting some of these bosses down. I think last league, I got everything but the Feared down. This league, I actually killed the Cortex. I don't think I've ever done that before. However, I didn't get it Maven Witness because I didn't realize what map I was on, and I just did it because I was trying it out, and next thing you know, it's the Cortex map. I remember fighting that. I think that was the map that I learned back in the day. You used to have to select, what is it up here? Yeah, this is Synthesis. You had to come off of this thing and select a level 85 version, and I didn't realize that was the Uber version of it. So I had that selected, and I went in and fought it and got my ass kicked pretty handily, but I didn't realize that was like the Uber version. So, I don't know. For me, I think it's a fantastic league. I think SSF, for me personally, smooths so much out. I don't ever see a problem with the league. I don't have a problem with trading because there is no trading. I don't have a problem with other players because there are no other players. I don't care. I don't need other players for the economy. I am the economy. And last league, I really liked Affliction League. I thought Affliction was a cool league. I loved how when you went into the map, you had that the earth shaking and that hole opened up. I kind of got sick of it after a while because when I was done with the league and I was testing builds out for this league, I kept having to see that whole thing and it was shaking everything. And I kind of got sick of it just coming into the map and seeing it. I wanted it gone. But this league, I think this is beneficial. When you come in here and you add a map in here and you go select it, you can get all kind of different stuff out of it. Like I said, you can get these splinters, you can get all kind of currency and stuff from it. Like part of it is that I'm not spending as much currency, but part of it, like I've got 60 some scourings. I had 70 or 80 chaos orbs at one point. I think these are all the divines I've got. I think divines are kind of useless in SSF. They definitely have a use. They're not useless, but with 10 of them, I could break my gear and not get it fixed back. You need like a stack of 50. So if you make a mistake or if you've got enough to course correct with it. I've had plenty of unmakings. I've had enough regret orbs coming up. And I've barely tried and I've got ancient orbs. Those ancient orbs that I have is not because I selected harbingers and ran harbingers. Like I did that last league to build ancient orbs up. I just got those from the like when you go over here and select a map, if you throw a map in here and hit activate, you'll see on here that it's got accompanied by map boss or accompanied by harbinger or something crazy like that. And I've had some really crazy maps that have come in there. And because of that stuff that's in here, it's been a great experience. I can come down here and get 1,200% increased rarity of items down there, by pushing this into the +1 modifier. Like, I like this. I think this is really good. And it kind of bums me out that this is a really low investment league, or like the league has died off so fast, I guess. The retention's so bad. At the same time, though, I don't really care because I'm in SSF and everybody else is off doing their own thing. And when I get tired of doing my thing here, I got renewed interest in Tarkov. I've been playing a little bit of Incursion Red River. I've moved over to, I don't know, there's been a few games that I bought early access or whatever, a couple things I've picked up. I need to go check out, but I've kind of been invested in this. And right now, that Bone Shatter build, the Bone Shatter of Carnage that I was showing off, I've got the transfigured version right there. It's, I think I had it equipped, so it's up to level 19 already. And let's see, we've got, I meant to show this shield off. I've got, I have to throw this to owned. I got this Aegis Aurora. So I've got that ready to go for my armor stacker if I ever get that going. That's like one of the uniques that I needed. I never thought I would get one. I've got one this league, you know, because of the Nameless Seer. And the Nameless Seer comes from this map device selection in here when you go to activate the map and stuff. That come from him. I've had him show up 3 times, and I've gotten 2, I think, really good uniques off of him. I don't remember what the other one was, but all of that stuff is from this league. You know what I mean? Like, that is stuff that I did not get in any other league. So from my standpoint as an SSF player, I think this league is awesome. I've really liked it. I have liked it more than Affliction. Affliction was cool. The problem I had with Affliction was every time you went down into the hidey hole down there, you had to fight all those purple bastards, and you had to juice the maps up a lot. Like, you could really juice the maps up, but you had to go through all that other stuff, which added time, and you had to fight all the chaos dealing stuff that almost killed you half the time, or killed me a lot of the time. With this league, I don't have to do any of that. I go into the map device, tell it what I want, and reorganize things, throw an Allflame in here and there, and just go. I really like how this is set up, and I hope they do more with this, with more map device modifications. I don't know if you guys are enjoying that, or if you hate it or not, or whatever. I think it'd be cool if they had that as an optional feature, not necessarily a forced feature. But if there was some other way that you could select the map device and modify it like this, and have just, if we could keep the all flames and we could keep some of that stuff, I like it. I'm a fan. But what do you guys think? Are you guys, how many of you guys are tapped out and left the league, and how many still left, still playing or whatever? I don't know. I guess I can understand why people might tap out and leave. I kind of considered it a little bit at the first because I thought it was a very punishing league, but as I've gotten my Bone Shatter build up and just kind of gone in, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. But anyway, that will do it for this one. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.